Hello, everybody. Welcome to Nintendo Pow Block here on Watchwatch Games. I'm your host, the licensed insider Eddie V. Joining me is the indie insider himself, Mr. Dan Murphy.
Hey Ed, how you doing?
I am doing great. How are you? How was your
Good,
weekend?
good. Thanksgiving was fun. I was back in Boston from like Wednesday to Saturday, so um, I got to see all my family. Got to see a lot of friends. It was a good time. It's kind of funny too. It's like last time I went home, I saw my friends just together, and then I come back and almost all of them have a kid that's like 8 months old or 9 months old now. So it's a lot of
Wow.
COVID babies popping up in Massachusetts. But it was fun. How was your Thanksgiving?
Oh, it was good. I worked half a day. We were only open for like from 9 to 6. Then at 6 o'clock we shut it down. But I got to open up and be home by 2. Ate good and fell asleep in my work clothes. Got to play some great games. And then did all my online shopping at Best Buy. Did Saturday, did some more online shopping to pick my stuff up. Which I have actually with me. Some of the stuff that I snagged. I got Puyo Tetris 2.
Oh,
Uh, I got Splatoon 2. Yes, I
oh,
know I'm late
nice.
to it.
I
I
actually
got
never played Splatoon.
It's really fun, and since it was on a good since it was like only $40, I'm like, oh yeah, let me snag this up right now, for it. I got Christ Tales for
Oh, that's
Switch.
been on my radar.
Yep. Disgaea 6. I have
Oh,
um Shin Megami Tensei 3. It came in today. They had to ship it to me because it was nowhere in a 250-mile radius. I'm like, dang it.
I didn't know
Uh,
they did. That was in physical. I thought that was only digital.
no, they did physical.
Nice. Well, yeah,
For it.
clearly you're holding it. Just so
uh,
the audience can see, Ed's also holding up every game as he says them.
yes. I got Crisis Trilogy Remaster for Xbox.
Nice.
Um, Assassin's Creed Valhalla for Xbox. Guardians of the Galaxy for Xbox. Um, Resident Evil Village finally for Xbox. And then
Oh,
my only PlayStation game, Lost Judgment. uh, because I have the first game, Judgment, for PS4. So I'm just like, oh, the sequel is on sale. Let me stack that up. Dude, got all of these games. I'm glad I got on Thursday night because throughout, by the time I went on their website again, none of those games was available
oh,
to buy.
wow.
Yeah. So I also still coming in was the Cruising Blast USA I got for Switch, and then a 512 micro SD card for my OLED. So
Nice.
I am set.
Yeah, I mean, all of my Black Friday sales were digital, and they were just like weird games um, that I haven't even touched. I mean, I got a game that's just called Dog. It looks like you're a dog that jumps on anything, but I
Mm.
mean, if you put a dog in a game, I'm gonna buy it. And this other one was called Cat Milk. It seemed just too weird not to buy. Um, I think I've spent $4 combined on those two.
Mm.
Um, I got Inside. It's made by the same creators as Limbo. I know you're not a big fan of Inside, but I loved Limbo, so I'm gonna give these devs my money again for sure. And Tetris Effect, which is like super chill and like kind of trippy a little bit. Like you kind of just like you kind of get sucked into the music and like the lights, and it's kind of wild. I really like it.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, everybody, since this episode's just me and Dan, we're gonna get into Snacktendo. Dan, let's talk about what you've been snacking. What did you have for Thanksgiving?
Well, Thanksgiving was the usual. But we kind of got into this debate in Thanksgiving. So, Ed, what do you prefer? Do you prefer the canned cranberry sauce, like the one that comes in like a jelly, or do you prefer the cranberry sauce that has like actual cranberries and is like, almost more homemade?
So I prefer the can.
Yeah,
And the
me
reason
too.
why the reason I prefer the can is that I love eating cranberry sauce with my stuffing.
Yeah, yeah,
It's that the stuffing that it has that dry taste, but the cranberry kind of makes it a little bit loose, but it also gives it some sweetness to it. So I like
hmm
mixing it up and everything. Because normally my mom, she would make yams or sweet potatoes to go with it, but she didn't do it this year because I would eat that with my dressing. But the cranberry gel, the canned cranberries, I'll definitely prefer that.
Yeah, the canned cranberries all the way. And I was on the minority in that. I mean, there was like 20 people arguing about this, and maybe 3 of us like the canned one. So I think we're
But
right and they're wrong.
yeah, I think when it comes to cranberry, you want to do it like in punch or
hmm
something. Cause like my mom, she would put some cranberry juice with some Sprite in it, and then throw actual cranberries in there for extra flavor. No, I think when you actually have cranberry, uh, it's just kind of like for extra flavor for it. Like I just can't see it as a food to eat with all of this with all the meat and all like if you got mashed potatoes or stuffing, definitely if you got rolls and stuff, you don't want any kind of like cranberry sauce on there because it just doesn't taste right.
Right.
You know.
Um,
So,
and then the other thing was, do you like pumpkin pie?
so I do like pumpkin pie. I will say that. But I prefer sweet potato pie because that's what I grew up with in my family. But I do like pumpkin pie. Yes.
All right. Yeah, because so growing up in Massachusetts, we're surrounded by apple trees. They're everywhere.
Yes.
So it's like I never had pumpkin pie in my life until last weekend. And I gotta say, I did not really like it. Like, I'm gonna apple pie all the way, man. Apple pie.
Yes. And see, I can't do apple pie at Thanksgiving because of sweet potato, but I could do apple pie throughout the rest of the whole year. I could do it in the summer, or I could do it definitely at Christmas time. I love doing it like during the holiday. I could do apple pie, that and pecan pie, and maybe caramel cake. Uh, but pumpkin pie, I think if I'm at somebody's house and they have it, I'll eat it. But it's not like a thing that I go and search out for because it's weird. I'm like, why would you make pumpkin pie during Thanksgiving and Halloween just passed? You would think that, hey, y'all doing all this pumpkin spice stuff. How about y'all sell pumpkin pie throughout, you know, October?
Mm-hmm.
So
I've actually
it
never had sweet potato pie.
Oh, it's so good. So it's really it's sweeter than it's a little bit sweeter than pumpkin pie because you don't have to use that much cinnamon to it. It's
Mm,
more brown sugar that you use than cinnamon for it.
gotcha.
So
Nice.
uh, and it just has a nice taste. Like when you see the sweet potato that's a little bit burnt at the top, you be like, oh yeah, it's going to be good because you know that like when you bite into it, it's so soft, it's
Mm-hmm.
so not moist, but it's just like you bite into it and it just melts in your mouth.
Nice.
So was that it, Dan?
That's it for me.
Did you guys have turkey or ham or anything, any meats or anything?
Oh, it's always turkey. Always turkey.
Okay. Uh, well, for me, we did like I said, we did some cranberry sauce. We did actually salad, a little bit of mac and cheese, some stuffing, uh, and we had a turkey. but we mostly ate ham this year. We didn't go full out on the turkey. Like my mom, she got like a small little turkey thing, uh, but like she had this big ham, cut it to pieces with the pineapple on it, and man,
Oh,
uh, I ate a plate and was gone. I think I slept for the next 6 hours. Woke up and thought it was the next day. Be like, where am I at? What is this world that I'm in? But that's kind of what we had. And today I had a poke bowl, and
oh, nice.
yeah, this one I actually had jalapeno and shrimp in it. Uh, and it had like salmon and tuna in it, and then they had like the soft sauces, and I added some seaweed to it, and it was pretty good. It was spicy than a mug, and cucumbers. I was shocked that they put cucumbers in. I'm like, oh, okay, this is cool. Um,
Nice.
yeah, the place, the Poke Bros. I've been going there lately, and so it's just like this is kind of becoming my like my Poke Bowl spot and everything. Uh,
I never
but
been there. Is that kind of like a Chipotle style restaurant, like where you kind of go up and order what you want in the bowl?
yeah. So
Okay.
so they do have it where it is a menu that you can pick what you want, or you can make your own bowl. You just tell them what you want, and they'll make it, and then you pay that whatever they charge you and call it a day. Uh, and they sell my Dole lemonade in like the 20 ounce. So I snack one. I love that Dole lemonade. I would drink that. I would take that mug to their head, uh, and everything. But yeah, that's pretty much my snack Tendo. Nothing like no sweets or anything, cause I know the Christmas stuff is out, but there's like nothing new Christmas wise that's out that I need to taste just yet.
Right.
So uh we're gonna move on from that. Anything else, or that's all the snacks?
I'm good. I'm good.
Okay. So we we have some things in plans for later on in the year, everybody. Just to give you guys head up, in December 13th is gonna be our last live recording for Nintendo Pow Block. And we're gonna kind of be talking about year end review. But I kind of want to ask you, Dan, like, what do you think of Pow Block in general this year? I know this is your first time. Uh, no, like this year, you've been on the show recording it, but like, how was your experience with Nintendo Power Block?
Yeah, so it was my first full year. I think I joined Pow Block in October of 2020, September, October of 2020.
Mhm.
But it's been a fun year. I mean, we've definitely really grown as a podcast. We've done so much differently from the beginning of the year until now, especially with the way, you structured the show and everything, doing news and doing the game fact advance. It's been super fun talking to so many different guests as well. Every
Yes.
guest brings like so much cool new insight to the table, so it's always so much fun having them on. So yeah, it's just been a fun year, and I've been really happy doing Pow Block, and I've definitely made a lot of friends throughout the year because of it.
Yeah, I enjoyed this year. Having a lot of guests, trying new things like the list. The list section where you're hosting it, where we did the Mario ranking and the Zelda
Oh, those
ranking.
are so fun.
Those are so fun. Uh, doing the trivia sections. Everybody presenting their own game. In fact, I think what we did, because this is this first year doing everything like that. We kind of had a different structure of how we did Power Block, and I kind of wanted to expand it on how we go about with the show, because I kind of felt like I wanted to do something different that other podcasts were doing for Nintendo, and I think we achieved that, and it kind of looks like that everybody enjoyed it. And definitely when that time I said we weren't going to do Game Effect events because of something else, we was going to come back to it, and everybody was just like, "What are you doing?" I was just like, "We're gonna come back to it. We're just taking a break from it." Uh, it's kind of like we got our structure and we got our flow, and like I said, talking to different guests, having people come on even from different podcasts, and just having a laid back conversation and everything. So I want to thank Corey, I want to thank Jacob, Dan, I want to thank you, I want to thank David for coming on during the news. He's still on hiatus as he continues to get some things done for school. I want to thank Grayson, Lamont, Laron, Jack, Stephanie. Last week, Lulu came on.
Shane
Your
comes on.
Shane, your guest that came on. Like, thank you everybody for who came on to the show and like talk Nintendo with us. And thank you everybody for listening and continue to listen and support Nintendo Pow Block, because we couldn't do this show without you all. So I just wanted to say that, because by just in case if I forget at the end of the year that we do a shout out and everything. I just wanted to hear, like, definitely from you, what did you think of Power Block this year? So with that, everybody, we're gonna get into family news. Dan, take it away.
All right. So upcoming releases. Last week was another cool release week. We saw Death's Door come to the Switch, and then this week we get Danganronpa. I think that's how you say it. Is that how you say it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they have four games coming out, and they all actually are all on physical. They have Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc Anniversary Edition, Danganronpa 2 Goodbye Despair Anniversary Edition, Danganronpa V3 Killing Harmony Anniversary Edition, Danganronpa S Ultimate Summer Camp. Those are all coming out on Friday. This, by the way, this is if Austin, you're listening, this is a very Austin release day. Six Souls is a 2D platformer with 80 levels. There's also Disney Magical World 2 Enchanted Edition. This is a Disney world building sim. And then the big one this week, and which is seemingly Nintendo's holiday release, is Big Brain Academy. Which I'll definitely be picking up, and there is a demo available on Switch. Ed, any of these speak to you?
Well, I got Death's Door. I'm probably going. I'm waiting for the Danganronpa series, because I have it on PlayStation. But because I spent so much money for Black Friday, I'm holding off for buying it. I'll probably get it next week. Same thing with Brain Age. I am going to get it, but I'm not going to get it this week. Due to the fact, like I said, I spent a lot of money. So pretty much most of that I'm going to be getting next week. But like Death's Door, I do have, and I bought the collection edition of Death's Door for Special Reserve for Switch. So I'm excited to get my copy. I can't wait.
Nice. All right. So our first real story is Mario movie producer suggests that Chris Pratt will not be doing an Italian accent. So the producer, Chris Melandri, has suggested that Chris Pratt's performance as a main character won't be using Mario's usual accent, and that the chosen voice is phenomenal. Speaking to 2Fab, Melandri was asked about the divisive casting choice, replying, "All I can tell you is the voice that he's doing for us in Mario is phenomenal. Yeah, I can't wait for people to hear it." With regard to that performance, he suggested that Mario's normal tones might not be what we should go in expecting. We cover the accent in the movie, so you'll see we definitely nod to that, but that's not the tenor of the performance throughout this film. So this story kind of, as usual, it sparked anger. Something about Chris Pratt sparks anger. I personally couldn't care less that he's not doing the Mario accent through the movie. I know that Charles Martinet is going to be a part of that movie, so he'll probably be doing the wahoos and all that stuff.
Yes.
So as as far as Chris Pratt doing the voice, I'm going to hold reservations until I hear it. I can't hate on something until I hear it, and maybe him not doing the acts, the stereotypical Italian accent might just work. So, that I really don't care. How do you feel about it, Ed?
I agree with you. I know we discussed this, and I'm like, I'm not gonna judge him until I hear it. I think I'm going to be more to the animation and seeing the comedy and see like how everybody plays off and everything. Um, to me personally, it's good that he's not doing the accent because some people will make kind of find it offensive, or some people will be wondering why is he trying to why won't he just stick to his regular voice and everything. I think the anger is still sparking that they cast because of some past things and opinions that he have about some people and some groups. People could go and research that if they need to. I think that's what that angers them for it. But I kind of want to see what he does because I we know that he's going to be voicing Garfield also. So I think he's going to
I
do
forgot
more of
about that.
something. Yeah, I think he's going to do more something for Garfield because Garfield has a style to talk. Mario really doesn't have a style. You
That's good.
can't
That's a
do
good point.
right. Like you can't do what Mario does from the cartoon that's back in the 80s. Because a lot of people don't we have not seen the Super Mario Brothers show or the other ones that came out. So you really can't just judge him on what he's gonna do. I'd rather him play it straight, probably give him a little darker tone, because he is Mario and stuff. And Chris Pratt has a lighter voice, but other than that, I just want to see what he does, and hopefully the movie is funny, the writing is good, the animation is top notch, and people go and see it and enjoy it and stuff. And I think by the time this movie even comes out, I don't even think people will be thinking about Chris Pratt's voice in this movie.
Yeah, I mean, we don't even have a release date yet, so
Right. We don't even
yeah.
have a trailer. We don't even have a release date for a trailer yet.
Yeah, exactly. So again, like we don't know what the voices are like, or even how the movie's gonna be. So, I
Yes.
mean, regardless, I'm looking forward to it. So I'm not gonna let that stuff get me down. So, anyway, let's move on to the next story. This one, Atlus brings 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim to Nintendo Switch on the 12th of April, 2022. Atlus announced it will be bringing the critically acclaimed sci-fi epic 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim to Nintendo Switch on the 12th. This title by Atlus and Vanillaware is described as a dramatic experience blending visual novel, light puzzle element, and RTS, where the future lies in the hands of 13 young pilots and their sentinels. As a player, it's your job to unravel their stories and uncover the truth across intertwining narrative that spans across time and space. Now, I have never heard of this or played it, but when this trailer came out, a lot of people sent it to me, and looking into it, this game looks awesome. I'm very happy it's coming to Switch. What do you think about it, Ed?
So I own this game for PS4. It is one of those games that just came out of nowhere. It literally was on a lot of people's Game of the Year nominations, definitely for role playing games. Um, I love Vanillaware also. They did Muramasa the Demon Blade for Wii. That was the one where you had the three swords that you had to switch, and it's just very action packed. So I'm glad to hear that this is coming to Switch because the first thing that happened, like this really came out of the blue. That Atlus said, "Oh yeah, we're bringing this game," and the moment that everybody found out it was coming out, it was a rush of people saying, please get this game, please play it, please get it, please play it. And I think it's going to do a lot of wonderful sales for Atlus. for with this game being on Switch because it's going to get some notarization. It didn't really get much on the PlayStation, probably because it was so low key and it wasn't marketed well. I think because this is coming to Nintendo's platform, a lot of people are going to be talking about it. A lot of people are going to be getting the physical and like playing this game on the go and really enjoying it. So I'm excited. And right now, it is the game of April for 2022. Like no other game is competing with it at this time, so it is the leading game. So I'm excited. I am going to
with how many bangers are coming out for Nintendo in 2022. We don't know who's coming where. I mean, that could be Kirby's month too. You never know.
That is true. That really is true. But like until we get a release date for Kirby, right now that game is leading. I would take Kirby and 13 Sentinels on in April. Come through. They're $60 each. Give me these games.
And I think we got Advance Wars in February, right?
Yeah.
That game is supposed to come out this week. But you know what? I'd rather have it be a good game than a broken game. So
exactly.
Next up, we got the last big update for Mario Golf went live on Tuesday. And Nintendo just seems to shadow dropping these Mario Golf Super Rush updates. So apparently this is the last big one. They got 2 new playable characters. They got Shy Guy and Wiggler. They added the Gorse Shelf Top Sanctuary. From what I've played so far, I think it's an all par 3 course. They added the course All-Star Summit, which is like it's super cool. It just has like all of the classic like Mario illustrations as each hole that you play on.
Yes.
Oh man, it's a huge course. I mean, par 4s are like 500 yards, so it's not easy. They got new modes, Target Golf. I haven't played Target Golf yet, but they have one-on-one putt challenge, which is an absolute blast. Like it's a really fun challenge. And it's a super cool thing to do, just like if you want to play single player. They did some balance adjustments on it as well. And this is kind of my favorite part too, which is something Nintendo doesn't usually do, but they added medals to the main menu, which are basically like achievement trophies. So far, there's just 5 of them. One of them's like completing all the one-on-one putt, getting the 2-star clubs for all the characters, finishing adventure mode. So there's really cool and good incentivizing challenges to get you to keep playing. So what do you think, Ed? Have you played this? Do you play Mario Golf?
I have not. I have the game and it's still in this package. I'm just gonna admit that. Yeah, I was playing something else. There's a lot of games that I still got in the package that I gotta get to, and it's only because of other games that I have been playing at that time. Trust me. I pre-ordered Mario Golf. I went and got the game at 10 o'clock in the morning at Best Buy. So I do have it. I just need to put it in my Switch, do the update, and give it a try. I'm excited to play this game.
Well, it's a good time to play now that it has all the big updates. But
yes.
I play it all the time. Like I've been doing the ranked matches every month to get the. You usually get skins. We got like a hat for Boo or like different Yoshi or different Koopa Troopa colors. So I've been playing it pretty consistently, and I actually have been trying to get the 2-star clubs for every single character even before these medals came out. So I'm kind of on my way, and these new courses are super fun. And now that this new update dropped, it seems like there's a lot more people playing. So finding matches has been easier and much more fun. So the only thing I gotta like really question on this game is like, why the slow drip? Right? It's like, this game came out in June. We're now in November. So it took like, a good 5 months to just add Toadette, Ninja, they added about 5 or 6 characters. They added about 4 courses, and it felt like a very light launch for the game, and I think it kind of scared people away at the beginning. So I don't know. Do you think that slow drip was an intentional thing, Ed, or do you think it was like they wanted to push it out? And I don't know. How do you feel about that?
I think it's a slow drip because of them in Japan. They're still under the emergency, so they still can't really go back into the office to work on a lot of these games. They're still working a lot of stuff on home, so they probably just had to. That's probably still slowing things down right now at this time. You know, so that's probably why they are taking their time with it to get it out. Normally, I think once Japan lets a lot of these businesses go back to the office where they could fully sorry about that. Ooh, sorry about that. Where they could fully work on these games. I think they'll be able to go in and just fully like ramp up the production schedule and get things out. Ugh. So
you could just edit that out.
Yeah. So I think that's going to be kind of what's taking them so long to get things out of the way.
Yeah. I don't know. I kind of feel like it hurt them with this game because you saw people lose interest so quickly in it. And I think if they actually had a full game at launch, there would be so much more to do. And there'd just be like, I don't know. I wish they waited because I'd really like to see more people playing this game, but it is what it is. So anyway, we'll move on to the next topic. So Nintendo issues an internal response to Activision and Blizzard reports. Last week, a bombshell report from Wall Street Journal detailed the ways in which Activision Blizzard CEO Bobby Kotick both intervened to protect abusers at the company and allegedly acted as one himself. It prompted this outlet to demand his resignation and that of the executive team protecting him. It also prompted longtime Activision partners, platform holders PlayStation and Xbox, to also send internal missives to employees expressing concern over Kotick's behavior and the ongoing harassment lawsuits against Activision. While both of these emails leaked to the public, no response from Nintendo had breached its fortified walls until now, as Fanbyte has received the company's internal response from a verified source. So, the note says, quote, "Along with all you, I've been following the latest developments with Activision Blizzard and the ongoing reports of sexual harassment and toxicity at the workplace," Bowser begins. "I find these accounts distressing and disturbing. They run counter to my values as well as Nintendo's beliefs, values, and policies." Bowser goes on in the letter to explain that Nintendo is committed to having an open and inclusive workplace where all are welcome. He remarks the company holds itself to the standard and expects the same from the industry and their partners. So, one more part. Though without detail, Bowser also says representatives at Nintendo have been in contact with Activision, have taken action, and are assessing others. It is not entirely clear what actions Bowser is referring to here, or which ones they are still leaving on the table. So that's kind of a loaded story, Ed. Where do you want to start with it?
So I've been thinking about this, and I have to say this. Once we find out more of what happens, because I think one of the biggest stories is going to be like if Bobby Kotick definitely resigns. I think everybody on every platform is going to be talking about it. Crossroads with LeBron, Corey and the team at Arsenal X and us. We'll probably be talking about more of this if we find out that he resigned. Because the thing about Bobby Kotick is that knowing that he wrote this letter, knowing that he knew about this stuff and did nothing about it, just goes to show that, you care more about your money and products selling than you actually care about the people who are making those products and the treatment that they are receiving. And so with Nintendo, looking at Nintendo, we barely got any support from Activision, and so it's kind of like if we lose Bobby Kotick or we lose Activision support, it's not going to bother us like it would be for everybody else. We got Tony Hawk late, we got Crash Bandicoot late, we got Spyro the Dragon late, and Nintendo Activision already don't kind of have uh a good not history, a good business together because of us receiving games late, and it doesn't look like we've been supported by Activision in any sense. Um, so I kind of just feel like at this point in time, if people feel like Bobby Kotick should resign and the people who really work for Activision wants him to resign, I think he should step down and resign. Um, what that would say about it, it does. To me personally, I don't think it doesn't fix the problem about things. Just because you let somebody go, they're still going to get that check, whatever their contract is, and they're still going to be remembered it for it. And until that culture at that place actually changes, and you put people in, that's really going to make employees come out and say, yes, we do see a change. We do see the difference. Um, I think that's when we'll know that a big difference has been made. And if Activision Nintendo are discussing things that, you know, about still putting their products on their console and everything, they're really going to have to uh, really show why their games need to be on Nintendo's platform. If Nintendo ends business with Activision, I don't think it's going to hurt Activision, and it's not going to hurt Nintendo in the end or anything. But that's what I feel about this. And I know, like Doug Bowser, he put that letter out to the employees and then leaking. It just really shows that at least Nintendo said something. And at that time, nobody really questioned Nintendo saying anything, due to the fact because of the support that Activision has been given to Nintendo. It has been less and less compared to the other platforms.
Yeah, Nintendo's always so tight-lipped with everything. So even the fact
Mm-hmm.
that this like came out is kind of wild, right? But it's nice to see that Bowser is standing up for his employees and wants people to feel comfortable at Nintendo. And I they don't. It goes to show that Nintendo doesn't put these notes out for clout, right? They don't
Yes.
care what other people think. They just want their employees to know how they're going to be treated and how they feel at the company, which is more important than anything. Um,
And we
so
know that we know that because of Animal Crossing getting delayed, and the producers and directors say that we want to make sure, yes, we want to work on this time, but we want to make sure that we are giving our employees time off and everything, that if they are healthy and mentally capable of doing this. They care more about their employees than the product themselves. So if they gotta delay something like Animal Crossing, they'll delay it so they make sure that their employees are focused, um, and definitely have the time off that they needed to come back and then make that game.
right. Um, so yeah, that's pretty much it. That's it for the news, and we'll kick it back to you, Ed.
All right, we're going to get into doc mode. Since we already focused on the big titles this year, from Metro Dread to Neo, The World Ends With You, we haven't touched on the little ones this year. So, my fellow Elite Block agents, Dan, let's discuss the indie games that came to the Nintendo Switch and if they push the industry forward. Let's go! So yes, this is we call you the indie insider because like you play a lot of indie games, and when indies get announced, you be like, "Ed, here go the indie game." I'd be like, "I'm buying it. I'm getting it," and we talk about it. So what do you before we go on? We kind of have some indie directs, showcasing some games that have came to Nintendo, Switch, or that is still coming out, or some that's been delayed to next year. But I want to start with ask you, Dan, what did you think of the indie games this year?
So this is probably going to surprise you, but I feel like we had kind of a weak year for indie titles.
Mhm.
Last year and the year before, let me kind of rewind a little bit more. I feel like 2018 was like the coming out party for indie games, right?
Yes.
Celeste was that game that just like it broke open the trends. Everybody was playing it. Um, and we saw a lot of people end up like playing more and more indies, and with this uh indies got a lot more exposure. Nintendo started doing indie directs, which I forget what it was called before. It was Indie World, but um we've just had so much marketing and branding towards indies, and
Hmm.
last year was amazing for indies. Like, Evergate, Hades, Raji. Those are some of my favorite indies, like of all time, really, that I played for the first time. Um, I know Evergate was also 2018, but it didn't come to Nintendo Switch till 2020. Um,
Right.
so this was the first year where I felt like it was a little light. How do you feel about this year?
Um, I kind of feel the same way in a sense that there were some great games. There were some great indies that people talked about, and the trailers were all good. But it just felt like it left us wanting more. It
Hmm.
wasn't on the same level as some of the AAA games and some of the first party games. In a sense, there wasn't like to me personally, there wasn't like a standout this year. There was some changes, to like we got some good diversity of indie games, which is great. We always welcome diversity in games, but there wasn't like nothing stand outish, like to me when Greek came out, it stood out as, to personally for me, the indie game. When Hades came out, it was the indie game because everybody was playing it. Even though it had been on Epic Game Store, it came out and got nominations for a Game of the Year. Everybody was talking about it. People were putting hours into that game months even after it came out, and still people are putting hours into that game, not just on Nintendo's platform, but on Xbox and PlayStation. You know, it's kind of weird just to be like, I couldn't find that game that spoke to me as an indie game. As much as I love the games that came out, there was nothing really just like, man, this is the one that we look forward to. Now, some people might say It Takes Two for other platforms, but It Takes Two never came to Switch, and I have my thoughts about that, but it wasn't an indie game that made me be like, wow, this really is the indie game itself.
Yeah. We also had two indie directs this year. So the indie direct that popped up in April, we got Road 96. Did you play Road 96?
No, I was wondering if it came out.
Yeah, it did. It came out, I believe it came out around, I think it came out around E3. It was a good game. It's not my kind of game.
Mhm.
Aerial Knights Never Yield was in that one as well. Endless Runners, I don't really like those kind of games, but man, the music was so good in it that I
Yes.
kept playing it. Um, so that's kind of where I stand with that one. Did you like you played Never Yield, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. I did love that game. I like the fact that there's a flow to it, and I think I love the flow of the game. The music is
Such
fantastic.
good flow, yeah.
Yeah, I think that was a game to be like, yeah, even though it's an endless runner, once you get the flow of it and memorize stuff, it just looks so great in motion to
Hmm.
watch.
Yeah,
Um,
the art direction was super cool too. I
yes.
it was a good game. Like I said, it's just endless runners aren't for me, unfortunately. The Longing was another one that came out. That was a game where you it was like you have 400 real-time days that they gave you, and you kind of discover secrets and pass time that way.
Yeah, I wonder if Jacob is still playing that game.
Jacob did play that game. Yeah, we should ask him about that because I didn't play that either. In that direct, we also got the first reveal for Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge. Which, do we have a release date yet?
Next year.
Next year?
Yeah, because they got delayed into next year. It was supposed to actually come out around this time, but they delayed it to next year.
Gotcha. Chris Tales was one that came in. I saw that you have it still in your packaging, and I haven't played it yet. I've heard awesome things about it.
Same here.
Yeah, Aztec Forgotten Gods. Oh, that was one that looked really cool.
Yes.
Did that come out?
No, I don't think it has. I think they showed the trailer and it's been dark. Because I was looking for it and I didn't see anything for it about it. So I'm just like, they must still be in production making this game.
You know what? It says release date is Q1 2022. They had originally wanted it to release in December 2021, but it looks like it got delayed a little bit.
Okay. Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, that one looks really good, but again, that hasn't come out yet. And then it looks like they did a sizzle reel of Art of the Rally, Kiwi, Labyrinth City, Weaving Tides, Ender Lilies, Beast of Maravala, the House of the Dead remake, and it also had Fez, which Fez, it's an older game, but that came to Switch this year as well. I really enjoy Fez, so I bought it. And then that one finished with Oxenfree 2, Lost Signals, which ended up coming out. That came out in like September, right? Or August.
Did it?
Let me look this one up. Did you play the first one?
I have the first one on Xbox. And I need to go back and finish it. And everybody's pushing me to finish that game because how weird it is and how spooky it is.
Oh, I'm sorry, it's not out yet.
After Party is the one that came out.
Yeah, I feel like there was one that kind of just shadow dropped. Oh, it was Axiom Verge 2. That's what I'm thinking of.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah,
which I have really some thoughts on.
Let's hear them.
Okay, so I'm going to say this first. Just I do like Time Hap. I really do. I respect him as a designer and creator. I got to talk to him on World 1-1 podcast about Axiom Verge, and truly enjoyed his company and discussing that game with him. I think Axiom Verge 2 wasn't up to that level of Axiom Verge 1, and it's a little bit challenging, but a little bit more easier. And I feel like it doesn't have it left me questioning, like, this game doesn't have a direction to it. It just made me it kind of made me puzzle, like where were you trying to go with this game? And like I said, it's not a bad game. It just doesn't live up to what Axiom Verge did, where it had people talking, it had people hoping that it comes to Switch, and then yes, they got an exposure on PlayStation, which was confusing at the time of its release because they showed the trailer for Axiom Verge 2 in an indie direct, but it got marketed and pushed a lot on PlayStation 4. And even Tom Happ himself said that, he can't wait for it to kind of release, but he wants to release it on the where it started at was on PlayStation 4, which was fine. Because I thought the game actually got delayed for Switch, and the PlayStation 4 version came out. So it was, to me, it was a timing thing, a release thing that was weird. But I think going from a shooting kind of like gameplay to a melee gameplay, it feels very weird because even some of the hit detection is off, where you really got to get close up to an enemy and hit them, where they can also hit you back. So it kind of is. It's a weird feeling about this game. It's well made. It's not broken or anything, but I just feel like it didn't live up to what Axiom Verge did. And even with a lot of reviews that came out, they kind of felt like it was an average. It's a good Metroid style game, but it's not that level of Axiom Verge. And I think Axiom Verge set it at a high point. That it just, we don't know if there's ever going to be a game in the Axiom series, if he decides to do a 3, that's going to break it and everything. And because this is a prequel to what the first game is, I think a lot of people wish that the game still was where you collect different guns and fought those kind of bosses, and just continue the story of one with it. The game came out, and I think it left some people disappointed, because some people beat it within like a couple of days, within a week. A lot of people felt disappointed, and just really didn't want to continue with the game at some points. I just said that it was okay, but it came out, it didn't nobody really talk about it. It wasn't the game
that's
that
always
people expected.
Bad sign when a game releases and nobody talks about it.
Yeah, and people was excited for Axioverse 2 when it got announced. People was excited for this game, and it just didn't do what people. It didn't meet people's expectations. Like Metroid Dread did. We looked at Dread and we were just like, oh, we get a new Metroid game, and then it met our expectation. For some of us, people of that series, it met our expectations and then surpassed it, because we didn't know what we saw with that little piece of point didn't represent what the whole game was, because it changed when it came to Metroid Dread. When we saw Axiom Verge, we was excited to play it. We played it, and then it just didn't keep that excitement going, I should say.
Yeah. So you got your Axiom Verge too. I have my Baldo. Oh my God, was that the biggest disappointment of a game I've ever played? You're familiar with Baldo, right?
Yes.
Okay, so for those who aren't familiar, Baldo is it's a game. It's a Zelda-like game with pretty much Studio Ghibli art. The art style is beautiful. It looks like you're playing a Ni no Kuni type game.
Yes.
And it was advertised as kind of the Zelda-like game. Now, this game came out insanely broken. I got hard locked out of the first dungeon where I had to reset the game. Now let me put this out here there too. I really let a lot of stuff slide with indie games. You know what I mean? If there's frame rate drops or typos or stuff here and there, I'm cool with it. I really don't care. But this game is really broken. And what pissed me off about it was the developers were kind of jerks about it too. People were trying to talk to them on Twitter, and they were completely ignoring these bugs and these things that were happening, where people would play the game up to a certain point and they couldn't continue because of a bug. You're supposed to lead a skeleton into a cage and it wouldn't go in, and people literally couldn't progress in the story. So, on their Twitter account, they would just be like, oh, well, you're supposed to do this at this part. Our game isn't broken, when it very clearly was. And then they would kind of just do this slow drip of patches, but not tell you what the patches were. So if you're stuck on this part, you don't even know if the patches worked for that. And you have to go into the game and try it again. And if it fails, you're just wasting your time.
Yeah.
You know, like there was no point in having hearts, because you would just get hit by something and it would one shot kill you. And it was this very, very slow, draining game over screen. Oh, everything about it was brutal. And it had so much potential to be such a good game, and they just ruined it. And that's like a game I just, for once in my life, I wish I had my money back from a game. I mean, did you play that, Ed, or did everybody kind of scare you away from it?
You and Jacob talked about it, and I was just like, "Yep, I'm not playing this." when I heard on how broken it was, and it wasn't just you two, people on it, like you said, people on the internet was talking about how broken this game was. The reviews were for, I think Nintendo Life gave it like a 2 or something. Like the reviews were not trashing this game. The reviews were showing that this game was a poor quality.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's too bad. Because like I said, it had a lot of potential, but you know, moving on, because that game really upsets everybody. There was like a few that came out that were really good as well. So one of them, which is like a really funny title for a game. There was this one called Turnip Boy Commits Tax Evasion.
Yes.
It's about a 2-hour game. You're like this adorable turnip who, you know, didn't pay his taxes, and you go around solving puzzles and try to take down the government. It's a really cute game. It's probably like only 4 or 5 hours. I really, really had fun playing this game.
Yeah.
Did you play that?
No, I have not. Reason why, because I had picked up Garden Story instead.
That was the next one I was going to bring up. What did you think of that?
I love it. It's so charming. I love the 16-bit like style and graphics, and the music is phenomenal in this game. It's so relaxing. It's a little bit funny here and there, and it just got me into the groove of loving this like strategy action game, you know, a simulation with like planning stuff. Like I really enjoy Garden Story. I love it. I couldn't believe that I would love like a sim game mixed with an RPG, action RPG that this game provided. So yeah, Garden Story I truly love. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, that's gonna be one I'm gonna pick up. So this one's probably my favorite game that came out this year, and I know you have opinions on it. But I really, really loved Eastward. Eastward is a game that came out from Chucklefish. Chucklefish
Yes.
does. They did Wargroove. They did. What else did they do?
I believe they did.
They did
Did
something.
they do Star? Did they do Star? They can have it.
Yeah, now I'm blanking. They made a couple of really good games. I mean, they were Stardew Valley, weren't they?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So they did Stardew Valley. Wargroove is my favorite game by them. But yeah, they came out with Eastward, which is kind of like the Zelda Mother hybrid, or
Yes.
What's the name of Mother on Earthbound? Earthbound. It's like a Earthbound / Zelda mix. The art style was really cool. The gameplay was fun. I really loved just like the charm of it. So give us your opinions on this one, Ed.
So I trust me, I enjoy esports. I love what it went for. I think the only problem that I had with this game was the hit detection of that pen of the main character. Like everything else, like I
Okay, you're not
love
wrong there.
like I love the artwork, I love the music, the dialogue is funny, I love the characters. I love how how live the city is, and I like how it looks, kind of jaunty with and pretty with these colors, but it's actually dark. It has a dark story to it.
Hmm.
And I don't want to ruin it, but it's just like I love when this game is in motion. It's just like I really wish that I didn't have to use this small weapon to use for my melee attack. I wish that you were able to get more weapons for a game like this and something with a bigger hit detection. But other than that, I enjoy Eastward. I love it.
Yeah, it was so much fun. I still haven't finished it though. I've been getting super sidetracked with other games. Um,
Yes.
so what's your favorite indie of this year?
So, goodness, I don't know if I could call this an indie, but
Okay.
it's Voice of Cards. Even though it's for Square
Mm,
Enix,
eh,
and that's why I say I know I can't call it an indie because of it's only 7 chapters. It's kind of a short game. Yes, it came from a third party, but there's no physical or anything with it. I think I love it because it I feel like it's an indie game in a sense because it's from a smarter team of Square Enix. And I think I love the story. I love the narration. I love the music is phenomenal. Like I said, it may be one of the best soundtracks that I heard of 2021. And I took photos of it. I was laughing with this game, but I was so intrigued. The battles were easy to get into. Like it really felt like my first RPG of 2021. People want to get into card-based games or RPGs in general. There was such a nice balance to this that I can't really say anything like truly bad about this game. Yes, it has some problems here and there, but I kind of feel like it was like a great indie game, even though it's not a true indie game. I feel like it was a great one. If I really had to look at an indie game, it's Streets of Rage 4. And it's the Mr. X Nightmare.
is that a indie
It's
game though?
DLC. It's DLC. Um, I'm still playing it. It's kind of addictive in a sense. I'm trying to go through which one. Like, I think if I had, cause it's that's the thing about indie games this year. It's like there wasn't a standout for me, and I think
Yeah.
that was I would say Eastward is probably the leading one that if I had to go there with it, but it's so hard to really say what was that indie game. Like I said, I could go from my kind of class. I could go from Greed. I could go the Gardens Between. Like I really put out some hit indie games, and just like this year, I can't do nothing. I have to give it to, for me personally, Voice of Cards, and yes, like I said, that is from Square Enix. But it kept me. It I was engaged. I want to talk more about this game. I want people to play it. I'm ranting and raving about this game, and
Mm.
I kind of that's why it's kind of hard to be like, what was the indie game? Because Action Verse 2 let me down. You know,
Yeah.
um, uh, which there's another one. Um, Lost Words. There was a game that I seen on PlayStation that looked like it was really fun that came out this year. That let me down. There was um Kitaru something like that. Where is it? Kitaria Tales. That looked like a great Zelda
Oh,
game.
yeah. Kitaria
that
Fables. Kitaria
Fables.
Fables.
Yeah, that looked like that was a great game. You want to know what game that really did it? I'm sorry, I do know a game that really stood out, and I love Eastward, but I had to give it to Cyber Shadow.
Oh, what's Cyber
Cyber
Shadow?
Shadow. Cyber Shadow. It was that ninja game that had that 8-bit. It was published by um not Ray for it. The people who did Shovel Knight. It was published by them. Uh, so Cyber Shadow.
Oh, Yacht Club Games.
Yacht Club Games. Yes. Uh, this one was like a 2D. It wasn't. It had some kind of Metroid. Some back. It had backtracking to it, but it wasn't a Metroid style game. It was kind of like reminiscent of Ninja Gaiden, where the action is like fun. You get so into it. Um. Uh. Sorry about that. I'm just trying to look up the developer of it. Uh, and it's kind of it's just such a great game. Um, it's two like I said, it's 2D sprite based. The way that it flows, like you could jump, it's weird because it's easier in the beginning. You get all of these powers. You are a ninja who ends up becoming a cyborg. Uh, and you kind of gotta stop this enemy for taking over the world and everything. Um, and I was so enwrapped into this game that it's hard. It gets challenging at the end. The first like 4 or 5 levels, you could breeze through it with ease. But then it gets very challenging because you don't get no more powers. You have everything. So now you gotta like time stuff. And but it's fun when you're on a motorcycle. It's fun when you're in this mechanical thing. But you gotta time your jumps. You gotta know the patterns. You gotta be aware of everything. You gotta make sure that you got on the right superpowers and stuff. And the thing I love this game, and the thing that it was missing was the soundtrack. But I will say that and I beat the game. I got a review of it on Boss Rush that you guys can read. It is such a phenomenal game that I wish that it had a better soundtrack. That's the only problem. It has some great rock tunes to it, but when I play it, I think of if you replace this game with Batman's soundtrack from the NES by Sunsoft and you put it into this game, it would be a perfect 10.
Mm. Wow. That's high praise.
It's very high praise. And like I said, the game is going to challenge you. It's going to kick your tail, but it's a phenomenal game. And like I said, the game does get challenging, but if you stick to it, you take a break and you learn and everything, it really tests your platforming and ninja skills to it. And when I say your ninja skills, the skills that you acquired to be like almost the ultimate ninja in this game. If you could like time stuff and and be patient with stuff and take your time with it, you'll definitely enjoy this game. It's so good. And it came out in January.
Yeah.
So I would say if I had to go with the indie game outside of Ways of Cards and Eastward, it would definitely be Cyber Shadow.
Okay. Is there any indie game that you haven't played that released in 2021 that you want to play?
Has there been anyone? Goodness. I think Tetris Effect would be one of them. Road 96, I want to play. Ali World is coming later on in December, and 12 Minutes is coming out in December.
Yeah.
So that I can definitely wait for. But other than that, I didn't get to play Disco Elysium.
Oh, is that an indie game?
That is an indie game. It came out on PC and it came out on PlayStation, but it was supposed to come out in June for Switch, and it got delayed. So it just came out like I think in September, and I didn't get a chance to pick it up because the physical one is coming out next year. But I think I'm gonna jump in and get the digital version. It's a
Gotcha.
game that I've been hearing great praise about this game, and I've been wanting to play it. So definitely, Disco Elysium is the game that I want to play
Nice.
for it.
The two I want to play are, first one is Kiwi. This is the one where you're like you're a kiwi bird and you have to get the mail going. It's like you
Yeah.
work in a mailroom. That one just like it looks really really funny and just doesn't take itself too seriously, but still fun at the same time.
Uh-huh.
And it's a co-op game too, so I think it'd be fun to play that co-op. And then the other one is I think you pronounce it Hoa, Hoa.
Yeah, Hoa. Yes.
Oh man, this game looks really really cool.
I have it on my Switch. I haven't started yet.
Same. I bought it and I just haven't started it yet. It's like a beautiful puzzle platformer that I just like. It looks like my kind of game. I love like the hand drawn art and all of that.
Yes.
Yeah, and then I think this game came out this year as well. Another game that I had picked up and haven't played yet is Astria Ascending. It's a JRPG that is hand drawn art. So I'm like really, really ready to play this game too. But I just need a little break from JRPGs after Shin Megami Tensei.
Yeah. Chicory is the one I have not played.
Oh, I love Chicory. What? That's not on Switch yet, though, is it?
It's not. No, it's not on Switch yet. But I cannot. I know people was just like, you need to play this game because you played it, Dan. And you're like, Ed, you need to play this. And I haven't.
I loved Chicory. It was so good.
Yeah. So, and Toem, photo adventure, photos, what is it? Toem, a photo adventure. I'm ready. I gotta buy and.
That's that black and white game, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that looked cool.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's pretty much. I think I'm gonna skip Shovel Knight Pocket Dungeon. I know that's supposed to be coming, but I think I'm gonna hold off on that one until I hear more about it and everything.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything about that too, which is kind of surprising.
Yeah, I know it comes out I think next week or in 2 weeks and everything. So I think I'm gonna wait for the review for it and everything. But yeah, that's pretty much a lot of the indie stuff. Like I just don't know. I don't know what happened to the indie games this year. I know they're there. And I know I probably am missing something that I need to go play. I picked up Boyfriend Dungeon. It was okay.
That's another one I keep forgetting to bring up. Yeah, that was okay.
It was okay. Yeah, it's a fine game. I think I was taken in by the trailer for it, but it's kind of fine. Yeah, and I wanted to say Ghosts of Goblins Resurrection, but that's Capcom. That's the same vein as Voice of Cards, so I'm not going to even touch that. But yeah, Boyfriend Dungeon was okay.
Right. I don't know. Like, I feel like you and I love and appreciate indies more than most people too. And even after just like reading off all these games, we're both kind of just like, nothing really blew our minds, right? Where I feel like there's always been like 2 or 3 games where I just cannot stop talking about it. And it just didn't happen this year. Even as much as I loved Eastward and Tetris Effect, like nothing really just stuck with me. Like I don't feel the need to go back and play any indie game that I've played this year.
Yeah, it's just like, I think it's like once you get the experience of it, what is the reason to go back? If you're missing something. Now, of course, if you're playing on other platforms, you might want to do the achievements and stuff. You know what? I do want to play Unsighted. I missed that one.
What's that?
It's a top down like Zelda game. Um, I heard a lot of good things. It's kind of action packed and everything. There is a demo of it, um, so you can give it a try. I don't know if it may have came out this year, but people are just starting talking about it. About that game, and it looks kind of cool to play. So I only played the demo. I have not purchased the game yet. But I think that's one that you would kind of like. Uh, yeah, it's a demo that's out right now that you could try. I think there is a game called Mighty Goose, and you're a goose that plays like Contra.
What?
Yeah, it came out for Switch. It's a run and gun, a run and gun thing. I'm looking on the Nintendo eShop. I'm trying to get the name of it, but it's called Mighty Goose, I think.
It's called
Uh,
Mighty Goose. It doesn't look like it's on Switch yet. Hold on.
yeah, it's Mighty
Oh, it
Goose.
is. It is. It came out in June.
Yes. So that's the one I want to play. I heard a lot of great
This
things.
looks ridiculous.
It is, and it's literally up my alley of run and gun shoot 'em up games, and I think that's a game that I need to pick up. That I'm probably I will wait for a sale for it. But at $20, that's not a bad price. For it.
No, not at all.
So, anything else there?
No, I mean, I think I'm pretty much square. I think, I think it just goes without saying it was just kind of a soft year for indie games. But I do hope to see, I do hope to see more come out, have a little better representation next year.
Yeah, cause I feel like it didn't push the industry this year. I know that was the second part. Yeah, like I said, we got a lot of diversity. We got like Never Yield and some other, a lot of games from around the world. I think once again, what I love about the Indie Direct or the Indie World showcases is that they are showing these creators from France or Spain, around the country that are making these games and giving them a spotlight, and people are looking forward to it. So that's a good thing to push. But I think there needs to be some games that really push indie games for us to talk about. Like I heard one is called Unpacking, where your job is to unpack and put stuff in the right places. And they say it's a calming game. I'm just like, well, that sounds kind of cool and stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I want something to be like, man, they really pushed the envelope and stuff. This really touched my soul. This really, they did something cool with this artwork, and I can't wait to see what they do more for it. Because I think there's one called Bomb City Cyberpunk, and it feels like Jet Set Radio. But I want to see where it stands out against Jet Set Radio, and if it gives me that good feel, I'm like, okay, you guys are starting the year or whatever with this game. Let's see how far more you can go. Because I do also want to play Neon White when that comes out. That's a game that I'm looking forward to.
Who is that made by?
I wrote about it and I cannot think of it.
Because they were made by.
Is it Enter?
Oh, you know who they were made by? Ben Esposito. He's the guy who did Donut County. This is like a total 180 from Donut County.
Yeah, and the game looks, dude. The cover art in the game looks amazing. I'm like, oh yeah, I wanna play this.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. So I guess pretty much I think that's gonna be it for Dark Mode. Where let's get into playing with power. Then let's just touch a little bit on Shin Megami Tensei 5.
Oh, how much time do we have?
How amazing is this game?
It is unbelievable. The gameplay loop is so addicting. I can't get enough of it. Even though the story is quite light, story-wise, like I just can't stop like thinking about exploring and fusing demons and just getting to the next spot. Like I'm totally hooked. It's dug its claws into me. I'm hooked. I'm about, I'd say, 35 hours in, and
Oh,
I'm in the
wow.
third section of it. I've been playing a lot of Shin Megami Tensei. Where are you in the game?
So I just got Nico Shogun. He is the cat that you fuse, and I'm still kind of like in the beginning getting into the tower. And the reason why it's taking me longer, I've been grinding like crazy in this game, like
Nice.
trying to find the weaknesses, trying to you know find out what powers I could use, trying to get my character energy up, because I'm playing on normal and these enemies take off a lot of energy. Like they're like I need to the way that it works is that when you go up a level, you get some skill points that you could place in. So you can put in an attack and your vitality, your luck, your evade. You can do all of this stuff and put it in. And I've been trying to like get my vitality and attack in, and I need to start working on my evade and everything because you really don't get no armor in this game. You don't get no armor, and you don't get no other weapon in this game.
Right.
You literally fight with what you just start the game out with.
Yeah, and you know, I kind of learned a little bit further into the game that like, the demons that travel with you, they don't level up with you, right? So it's like you can't get attached to any of these demons that you have. Like you have to keep consistently fusing to have these demons that are the same
Mhm.
level as you. So it's like it's just kind of this crazy grind and nonstop, just like, again, gameplay loop of like getting these demons and then going into boss battle with different things. And like I'm starting to use buffs right now too, and like I have a
Uh-huh.
whole different strategy with trying to find like what buff weaknesses there's, and then put them to sleep, and then stack up my attack and stack down their defense and just wail on bosses that way. So like there's just so much to do.
Shoot, just trying to talk to him sometimes just be like, okay, it's a risk reward thing because sometimes when you talk to them, they'll be like, "Nah, you're not good. I'm gonna hit you right now." But I'm like, "Wait, what?" Like, and there, one of them, I think it was the Shogun cat. Uh, I had to sacrifice. It was some enemy that I had to sacrifice. Uh, some items, my life, and some money just to get him on my side.
Yeah, yeah. And that happens more and more often, like the further you go into the game. And oh my God, like they're fleecing me for money. Like I'm talking, some of them are charging me almost 9,000 Maca like
Yeah.
to be in their parties. And they're such jerks about it too, which is kind of funny.
It's and that's the one thing you have to pay to heal. You can save for free, but you gotta pay to heal. And I'm like,
Yeah,
are you serious? Uh
man.
and everybody, we are going to have a greater conversation about this with game rants on Grayson Morales, friends who boss rush in, I should say. We're gonna have him on and we're gonna deep dive in this game because he's been playing it too and he has a lot of thoughts. Like he can't wait to talk about this game.
Yeah.
Uh,
I mean, Grayson and I have been talking to each other about this game like since the first weekend. So it's going to be, if you guys are playing Shin Megami Tensei next week, is going to be an awesome episode. And I hope by then I'm going to be close to beating it.
yes. Anything else you've been playing with Power?
Yeah, I'm on the last I'm on the last dungeon in Ocarina of Time. I'm in Ganon's castle, so I'm very excited to beat that. Like I've been saying before, I hadn't played Ocarina of Time in years, maybe 10 to 15 years. I can't remember. Such a masterpiece. It's been so much fun. Like we talked about at the top of the hour was Tetris Effect, which has been a good game. I'm really enjoying that. And I've been playing Animal Crossing a little bit too. I've been getting back into my island, doing some projects here and there, but I haven't been playing as much since Shin Megami Tensei's out because that's pretty much taken all of my attention. And I'm just about to finish Picross S3 and move on to Picross S5. So that's it for me.
For me, playing Shin Megami Tensei 5, getting further into that, I'm going to be dedicating a lot of times with that. Picked back up Axiom Verse 2 to make some progress. I'm going to be having a discussion with that in a couple of weeks with a fellow friend of mine. We're gonna just like truly discuss that game. Getting a little bit more into Streets of Rage 4, getting up my players. Death's Door is good.
I want to play that.
Oh, Dan, it is so good. It's my number 6 Game of the Year nomination. The way that getting into it is funny as ever. But man, the fights are so good. It's very it's challenging, but it's not like it's gonna I'm so frustrated with this game. It's nothing like that. It's just so good to play this game. Like, I'm definitely enjoying it. And I talked to Jesse about it from Arsenal X, and we just had like a good 35-minute conversation. And I was just like, dude, I'm probably gonna end up buying it on Xbox too, so I could get the achievements for it. I was just like, man, now I understand why it's one of those games that I feel like everybody must get. It is so good. And when I found out it came to Switch, I was so happy to play it. And then I was just like, hope this game get a physical. That's how I was waiting for. Like I told Jesse, I am buying this game. I can't wait to play it, but I can't wait to get the physical because this looks just up my alley. And then seeing the artwork, and I'm like, oh yes, this has my name on it. So yeah, I'm truly enjoying this game. Last but not least, Pokemon Diamond. I'm beat 2 gyms. I'm at the 3rd gym, getting my Pokemon up. Like, once again, when I get to the phase of the grinding, it makes the game longer because I will put in the work to get through this game and everything.
Who's your party right now?
So my party consists of let me bring it up real quick.
And who is your starter?
Torter.
The turtle.
The turtle. One? Yes.
I haven't played it yet. I'm ready to get started with it.
So I'm grass type all the way. So any Pokemon game that I play, anything that is related to grass, I pick up and play. And like I said, I had Diamond back in when it came to the DS when it came out. So I originally had the game. So my starter lineup is everybody's going to have to forgive me because I nickname everybody. So Corey, not the Corey that not boss. But I have goodness, what is it? My Corey, he's the starter. He's there we go. Sorry about that. I got Grotto. He's evolved from the starting Pokemon. I have Pachitsu. It's a electric type. He looks like a squirrel with these spikes on his head. He's white, like very cute. I have Starvivia. He is a bird type from Starly. He's normal flying. I have Geodude, which Dan, that's who you are. You're Stone, but
Nice.
you got muscles and everything. I got Luxio, which is Jacob, and then I got Buzel, um, which is a friend of mine that I call Dave. He looks like a weasel in a sense with the he's watertight. So
I'm
those
sure he'll
are my
find that
starters.
flattering.
Oh yeah. So yeah, those are my six. And like they're all my leading Pokemon, which I said is Corey. He's at level 26. So in 4 more levels he'll hit 30 and everything. And so that's who I'm starting with. I do have Pearl. So I'm playing Diamond on my old Switch, and I'm gonna play Pearl on my OLED.
I bought diamonds, so if you want to trade, I'll be able to trade with you.
Oh, anytime. Let me know. Whatever you need.
But like I
Uh,
said, I gotta finish Shin Megami Tensei before I like do anything else.
I'm with you right there. I got it's literally Pokemon Shin Megami Tensei right by each other. Literally. So,
Nice.
but yeah, that's what I've been playing with Power. Everybody, that is going to be the show. Once again, thank you, Dan, for joining me on this episode. Quickly, where can we find you?
You can find me on Twitter at DCDM99, and you can check out all my articles on bossrush.net.
Yes, you guys can find me on Twitter at that retro code. You can also check my articles at bossrush.com. I ended up writing about the shoot, forgot it. The Smash League coming to America, them teaming up, so you guys could read that, and I'll soon have some benches and stuff up later on. But with that, everybody, have a great week, have a great weekend. Let us know what you guys think about Shin Megami Tensei. You can let us know at Pow Block podcast on Twitter. We do definitely want to hear from you guys, and also check us out on our Discord page. With that, everybody, have a great week, have a great weekend, and we'll see you next time on Nintendo Pow Block. Bye, everybody.
See ya.
Woohoo!